This week's vlog was going to be an outside affair. I'm at Lindholm Lakes today because I was at the Winter League semi-final at Lindholm on Saturday, and I thought I'll go back to the peg and show everybody exactly whereabouts I fished and what went on. But unfortunately, as you can see, it's absolutely hammering it down with rain. So even though I'll come back to the peg, I can't really go outside and show you what's going on, so I don't fancy getting wet. So, what happened this weekend? Well, it was a Winter League semi-final at Lindholm Lakes. All the talk before the match was, you know, who's going to win, who's going to qualify for the semi-final. Lots of teams been coming and fishing, a few teams that hadn't, but there were some excellent teams fishing. First, Maven Midlands, very good team. Had a lot of anglers coming here, a lot of anglers coming to practice here. Love the commitment. For me, team fishing is all about commitment. Well done to them. Any commitment to a team match deserves results. And what a result they got. Absolutely fantastic. They've qualified, they've won the day. 85 points out of a possible 100. Absolutely fantastic score. I believe they didn't have anybody less than third in the section. In fact, I think most of their anglers were third. A couple of seconds and a win took them up to, you know, if it was 8 points for a third, up to 85 points. Absolutely fantastic consistency throughout. So well done to them. Was hoping I'd be able to come on here and say, you know, hard luck lads, all that practice didn't pay off, but I can't. So brilliant, really pleased for them lads. Nice bunch of lads, so great. As for our team, we came second. I was really chuffed with that because I'm not going to make excuses, but we had 3 pegs that were very bad, and we had several that I didn't really feel were worth top 3 in the section, but the lads managed to pull it out. We scored 79 points, so that's nearly averaging third a man. We had 2 of our best anglers arguably on the new match lake here. Unfortunately, the way it was pegged, they were both at the top end of the lake, wind off their back, Andy Geldart and Matt Godfrey. I would have put money on those two probably winning their section on this match, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. Lots of small fish, and they really struggled because all the small fish were down the other end. I think Andy went 2 hours without a bite, and halfway through half of his section had over 100 fish. He managed to come 4th. How the hell he's done that, I don't know, but an incredible performance. Matt had a similar struggle. He could just catch odd fish all the time, but up the other end of the section there was like 4 anglers with over 400 small fish, so he was never ever going to compete with that. So it was a real shame really that you know, we had those 2 anglers just dropped a load of points. They never had a chance. We also had a poor draw on Bonsai, which cost us as well. But elsewhere, I think we did really well. I think, you know, I was really happy that we managed to qualify for the semi-final. My day's been quite interesting. I've been on peg 31 on Oasis, and recently everywhere I've been, the fish seem to have been into the breeze. So where there's a bit of a breeze, bit of a ripple on the water, the fish have been there. However, as soon as you got out of the wind, or out of the, you know, and you were completely flat calm, you really struggled. That was the biggest problem where I was. There was absolutely no wind on the water, and the water was flat calm. Just looking at it now, breeze seems to have changed a little bit since Saturday, and it's across it. I wish it had been like that on Saturday, but it wasn't. And I started down the middle. I was very keen not to go across and catch all my fish straight away. I wanted to try and leave it for a little while, let them settle a little bit, because I just felt, because it was narrow and there was no wind, you know, the likelihood was I'd probably only catch for an hour or 2 across. So I thought I'd rather leave that till later on and catch the fish that are feeding more willingly at the start of the match on sort of that shorter line. So that's what I've done. I've fed steadily with pellets and a little bit of corn, and I've caught on corn. The water's quite clear, and it was almost like they were picking the corn out that little bit quicker, so that was working quite well. I fished 2 lines for an hour, probably had about £10, not a great deal. I didn't think it was going to be an excellent match. I've been feeding the cast line all the time down by my edge where it was about 3 foot deep, and I've gone on it. I've caught 2 or 3 big-eyed, I've caught some roach, put another say 7 or 8 pound in the net over the next 45 minutes. So an hour and 45 minutes in, probably 17 pound or so, something like that. A steady start, nothing brilliant. Several pegs in the section were bagging. There was 2 point pegs, 2 corner pegs, which made it really difficult to beat. And a peg round here where you can't even see where I'm pointing, around this side where they were leaving a bit of an extra gap because of a reed bed, so he had some space as well, so I really knew I was up against it. When I've gone across then, after an hour and 3/4, I've caught some fish. Not bagged. I've never bagged all day, just caught steadily. What I thought were pound F1s, maybe odd one about £1.50 to up to possibly £2. So I kept clicking. I bought a clicker this week. Everybody seems to be talking about clickers, so I clicked my weight to see what I had, and I got to about £57 by the end of the match. So I thought that'll be all right. Probably fourth in the section. I knew the 2 points had done well, and this other peg round the bend had done well as well. When we weighed in, usually I'm good with my weight. Within 5% usually, something like that, of what I've got, I'm pretty good. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. I had £83. So unfortunately for other people, it seemed like I'd lied a little bit about my weight, which I do not do. Couldn't believe it. £83, absolutely really chuffed. That was actually, we weighed in kilos, so it was 37,500, which I've been told is about £83. So yeah, unbelievable really. 37 kilos was enough for second. There was a 39, a 34.5 and a 35, and I've had 37,400. So yeah, I was really pleased. Second in the section from a peg I really didn't fancy. Did leaving that far line for a bit help, probably did. Some good advice from a few teammates on that one. And also I think I controlled the feeding quite well. A lot of the times the fish would come in the peg, and I felt that they needed bait regularly, small amounts of bait regularly, little and often. And by putting that bait in regularly, and I really didn't mess around either. I fished with a 10 hollow and quite a big hook. When I caught a fish, I tried to not, get it in the net quickly, get out and catch my next one, and just be patient. And I've never bagged, but I've caught patient and steady all day. And in the end, that's been enough for second, which in a team match is all you can do. If you can come second in your section, everybody comes second, you're going to win it by a mile. So I was really pleased with that. Really entertaining weekend. So Chambers Champs filled the last qualifying space. Team of rogues, as they like to call themselves. Fantastic anglers. 2 or 3 of them have fished here several times. Jason Lebosque and Adam Wakeman fished here a lot, but the rest of the lads, they haven't been for a while, so to come third, and I think they had 77 points, it was very close. Fantastic performance from them, really well done. So that's it, this week's blog. Next week, I can't even think, I think I've got a Fishermania qualifier actually at Baldings, which I'm really looking forward to. It's a long way away, but I'm looking forward to going there, and hopefully we can get a bit of a blog out on the bank rather than have to sit in the van while it's raining. But anyway, see you next week.